So I gotta say that the last Harry Potter movie, the one to tie everything all together, turned out to be an amazing movie. I enjoyed every second of it, and I wish there was more out there, but unfortunately this is the last one. It starts off right where it left off from the part one of the Deathly Hallows, and they don't necessarily skip a beat after that. It gets straight to the point of what they need to do. There's no dragging. There's no parts veering away from the topic at hand, and I thought it was a great pace and flow throughout the whole movie. Everyone that you knew from the first one leading up to this last one is back in this movie. I think you see almost all your favorite characters from the school and everything in this movie, so it's great to see everybody back. Even if it was just for a second, it's cool to just see all the people that you've seen throughout 7 films. And each character, all the important ones that you see and hear about throughout the movies, all get their own spotlight. There's just a moment where they all get a chance to shine. They get to show you what they're made of, and they get to show you how much they progress throughout each film. And you'll definitely see a difference between them all. You watching them from when they're a little kid, and now they're like young adults, and you just see like a huge transformation between all of them, and it's great to see how they all turned out. I also thought that this movie was a lot more adult than the other ones. I mean, obviously each one got darker as it progressed, but this one didn't really seem like a kid's movie anymore, of course, from the aspect of it being sort of a fantasy supernatural movie. I mean, this could be just any movie with actors in it. They all didn't seem like kids anymore. So I did notice one difference between these, in that the length of the time was actually shorter than the other ones, probably because this was an extension of one book that they didn't need a 2-hour-and-a-half movie like they did before, which wasn't too bad. So again, they used that time wisely, and there was nothing wasted. So it's not as long as before, but I still think they told just about everything that they could to finish out this story. The only thing that I will say that I did not really like about this, of course there has to be something, but the character Bellatrix, she's played by Helena Bonham Carter, and they sort of dumbed down her character in this one. She wasn't really as tough and scary as she is in the other films. I mean, usually when she was in the last few, I always looked forward to seeing her character on screen, because I knew she was going to do something just completely off the wall, wacky, scary, just real crazy, and I knew that she's not one to be messed with. She wasn't as tough as before. It was clear that she was a minion, and she's just as worthless and replaceable as anyone else, but it was still good to see her nonetheless. I just wish that she was just that tough woman like she was in the other ones. I am also coming from a place where I have not read the books, so I'm a fan of Harry Potter just based on the movies, and haven't read the books, so I'm not exactly sure what the difference is between the two, if anything was taken out or something was altered or things like that. But there was a little part towards the end where I got a little confused. It took a while and a lot of conversation to really understand what it is I was looking at, but other than that, I think reading the book gave a little bit more sense. So if you find that you're a little confused as well, I do recommend, I guess, reading the book, at least the last third of it, and I think you might make more sense of what was going on. But yeah, other than that, the writing was great, and the acting was great. I will say this, that the midnight experience of seeing this movie was epic. I mean, there was a lot of things before the movie even started that just made the night such a good time. And hopefully if you see it opening weekend, you experience that same atmosphere that just made the movie 10 times better. There was so much applause, there was so much laughter, there was even times where you shed a tear and had a moment of silence, you know, because a lot of bad things happen just as much as good, but there was a lot of uplifting, cheerful moments, and when you're surrounded by people who are just as a fan of the movies as you are, then obviously it comes off like a better movie. I also noticed that there might have been a different sort of technology with the 3D that they used for this. I think Cars 2 was another movie that they used this new sort of 3D sort of technology from, and it turned out that it wasn't a waste of money to even watch it in 3D. I thought it was good. Without 3D, I'm sure it was just as good, but it didn't really take away anything from the movie. If anything, it just made it better. So, of course, my score on this is 5 out of 5. I mean, I was completely entertained by this movie. How can I not? For anyone who's never seen any of the Harry Potter movies, I obviously would recommend watching it from the beginning to the end. But if you haven't watched it all the way from the beginning, I recommend watching at least the last 2 movies before watching this one, just to get more of a general understanding of it. The only thing you'd be missing from not watching the other movies is the character development, how they've grown, and of course some of the story may not make sense unless you know, read on Wikipedia about it. But yeah, definitely recommend this movie. This movie definitely has replay value. I would watch it over and over again anytime, and yeah, I'm gonna miss Harry Potter.